Okay, first and foremost, forgive me for my mess, right? But I'm going to try to show you how to flip your bustier out. So I have just a portion of a corset cut out, and let me go ahead and cut out like a little triangle. This is not going to be like anything special. I just want you to kind of get the gist of sewing it. Okay, so let's just imagine that you have your entire bustier pieces, right? So these are my center pieces here. By this time, you should already have your main fabric pieces and then your lining pieces, right? And then you should already have your bustier left side sewn together, right side sewn together, lining and main piece, right? Okay, so we have our mesh. Imagine the main piece, the entire corset side is already sewn together, okay? Lining piece, that side is also sewn together. That full corset side is already sewn together. So you sandwich that in. This is also not the same exact pattern, but the concept is still the same. You will sandwich it in. This is one side of the mesh. Okay. Sandwich it in. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna just go all the way up, however it stops. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew this entire thing. Again, imagine this whole thing has already been sewn, right? Your whole bustier. Let me actually turn this around here so it can look more like it. Alright, so your whole bustier lining and main fabric has already, the full corset has already been sewn together. So you're going to end up now sewing that entire corset from the bottom all the way around. And again, imagine this whole corset has already been sewn together. So now you're going to turn it around. This whole corset should be attached to your mesh. Okay, this is one side. So now to do the other side, you're going to take your main piece, your main side, and attach it. Just like you did before. With your lining, sandwich it in, attach it. And this you just might have to take your time because you want to be sure that everything lines up how it should. So we're going to line, pin, line, and pin. Again, I'm gonna cut this around so it'll look more so like that corset. All right, line and pin. Again, imagine you might have to move this out the way because you don't want to sew that down. Imagine this whole corset, lining and main fabric, has already been sewn together, right? So you should have two pieces. You should have your lining full corset made, and then your main fabric full corset, and then your lining, right? So now everything is sandwiched in. Again, you might have to move this out the way because you don't want it to get stuck. So now we're gonna sew everything together. Of course, you're gonna cut all your extra stuff out, and now what you can do is now flip this. Okay, now you have, excuse that, I got that caught up there, but now you have your mesh and all that sewn together. Again, all that should already be sewn together, the rest of that corset, the rest of the lining, and all that corset. So all the top part of your lining corset, main fabric corset, should all be sewn together before you mesh all this in as a sandwich. All that, the remaining that goes around the bust. And then now it's flipped. You have lining, you have main. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I didn't confuse you. All right,